Okay everyone, so in this video we're gonna learn how we can create radar buttons in HTML. Alright, so radar buttons are designed for selecting one value out of a set. Alright, so only one radar button in a given group can be selected at the same time. So radar buttons are typically rendered as a small circle which are filled or highlighted when selected. Alright, so let's do this. Okay, so I'm using Visual Studio Code, but you can use any other code editor of your choice. Alright, so I have an index.html file right here with the basic setup right here. So I have this form content div within this main content div. This is just so I can center this square to make a nicer layout. Alright, so first I'm just gonna go into the form content. We're gonna add a form. Alright, I'm using Visual Studio Code, and in Visual Studio Code we have Emmet, which will autocomplete the code. So as you can see, if I delete this one more time and I'm just typing in form, hit tab, and this will autocomplete this form. Alright, but you can just type this manually if you don't have this. Action that you can see right here. So this action attribute specifies where to send the form data when a form is submitted. But in this tutorial we're not going to cover that. We're just going to go and create radar buttons. So I'm going to delete that, and after that I'm just going to add a div in this form like so. I'm going to add another div like so. So in the second div I'm just going to add a submit button like so. I'm just gonna type in submit as the label, and we're gonna add the type submit like so. If you save this and go back, we now can see that we have this submit button. Alright, and let's go to the first div right here, and now we're gonna add the inputs. So we're gonna add input, hit tab, or as type this manually. The type for this one is radio, like so. If we save this one and go back, we can now see that we get this small circle, and this one is a radio button. Alright, so just let's go back and just add a question first. So I'm just gonna go and add a paragraph above the first div. And we want to know where the user prefers to be contacted. So we're gonna ask a question. How do you want to be contacted? Like so. Alright. Now we can see that we have the question right here. So let's go and add the radar buttons. So we have the type. We're gonna add an ID. And for this one, it's gonna be email. Alright. And after that we're gonna add a name. So the name will be the same for all the radar buttons, so they will be connected under this name. So we're gonna add contact options. Alright, and after that we're gonna add a value. So the value will let us know what the user selects. So we need to add email. And that's it. Now we're just gonna go and add a label. We're gonna add label, tab, or just type this manually, and we're just gonna add email as a label. If you go back, we can now see that we have this text email next to this radar button. Alright, we're also gonna add for, so we're gonna connect these. We're gonna use the ID for this one, so we're gonna add email like so. Alright, so when I click on email right here, it will also select this radar button right here. That means they are connected. And what we want to do now is we want to create two more of these. So I'm just going to go and highlight this one and copy down 2 times. Like so. So all you need to do now is just change the information for this. So in this case, we're gonna use phone as an ID. We're gonna use value as phone. and we're going to use the label as phone and change this one to phone, like so. So if you save this one and go back, you can see that we have phone right here, and if you click on this one, it's also connected. And we're gonna do the same thing with the last one, and for this one we're gonna add mail. So we're gonna go down to this one, we're gonna change this to mail, and this one to mail, label to mail, and this one to mail, like so. And if no radar button is selected, like we have right here when the form is submitted, the radar group is not included in the submitted form data at all. Alright, so since there is no value report, so we're gonna use an attribute called checked to pre-check one of these. So in my case, I recommend you to maybe use email, because that's the most common way to contact users. But you can also use an attribute called required. So if I click on submit, we can see that I can submit this one, but if we use required, we are required to choose one of these. So let's test out required first. We're just gonna go, you can add required to any of these. So we're gonna add it in the input, and we're gonna just type in required, like so. We're gonna save this one, go back, and if I click on submit, we now get this message, please select one of these options. So if I click on this one and click on submit, it now works. Alright, I'm gonna remove required, and I'm gonna go and add checked. Save this one, and if I update, we always have email as pre-checked. Alright, so your user cannot forget to check one of these. All they have to do is just change it if they like. You can also remove checked from email and just add it to maybe phone, like so. Save this one and go back. Now we can see that we have phone as pre-checked. Alright, in my case, I'm just gonna choose email as the pre-checked one, like so. And also the value is important, because we have email, we have phone, and we have mail. Alright, so if I choose mail and I click on submit, we can see that we get mail right here. So everything works. Okay everyone, so this is how you can add radar buttons in HTML. And if you like these tutorials, you can check out my other tutorials around web development. You can also go and join my Discord server. You find the link in the description. We are all about web development. Have an awesome day, take care, and bye.